Hello and welcome to an all-new Marvelcast Explosion Network's hub of all things Marvel, a place to talk about everything MCU and beyond, from Avengers to Defenders to Black Knight and Emerald Warlock. My name's Ashley Hobley, your guide down the Witch's Road, and joining me today is the astonishing Dylan Blight.
Hello.
Cool. Today we're talking about the latest episode of Agatha All Along. If I Can't Reach You, Let My Song Teach You. Directed by Rachel Goldberg, written by Giovanna, Sarquis. Coven. The Coven faces their second trial on the Witch's Road. Dylan, what do you think of the latest episode of Agatha All Along?
I like the last 10 minutes. And then the first, I guess, 3/4, I was like, what are we doing? Especially when that song seemed to go forever. I'm like, we just had the song. Do I need a whole new rendition of the song? I feel like this is way too long. Like, what are we doing? What's going on here? So I feel like this is the first episode I'm like sort of checking my phone a bit for the first little bit. I'm like, I just really wasn't zoned in, and I couldn't connect with it at all. Now once I got out of the house segment and stuff, and then you had that last 10 minutes, that was good. The little scene with
I don't think that was 10 minutes.
The whole episode felt too long. Maybe everything's getting exaggerated. But yeah, that a little bit of tease between characters there, a little bit of back history between characters, a little bit of romance, a little bit of your son's not dead, a little bit of that kid's not your son. Like there's all, that was good. But yeah, I don't know that the rest of the episode I was very much like, what's going on here?
Yeah, this one felt a little bit meandering, I guess would be the best term for it. It's like, but also like it resolved some things that you feel like would take all season to resolve, but we'll get into it. We open with Mrs. Hart dead,
not back alive.
Not back alive, surprisingly. Turns out she drank too much wine last episode, and thus the antidote would not have worked. Fair. Which it makes sense when you think about it, because she was drinking a lot. Agatha is very keen to get going while we're waiting around. They ask the question, how many witches went with you, left the Witch's Road with you? She puts one finger up, implying that there's only 2 witches, and could only be 2 witches who lead the Witch's Road, depending on the interpretation of the ballad. Which is concerning. Do you think we know who the other witch who left the Witch's Road with Agatha is?
Is it the Green Witch?
I don't know.
Death? Maybe?
I don't. Spoilers. For people who haven't seen, the latest line of Funko Pops. But yeah, so they all go, we need a green witch. We always need a green witch. And based on the trials so far, they're tailored to a different type of witch each time. So they do a ritual to summon a green witch. And who should be the green witch that they summon but Rio / Aubrey Plaza. Which is a welcome addition to the cast, She's fun. She brings a fun energy to the group. Even though, it's still early days, it just felt like a bit of a breath of fresh air to the proceedings.
Plaza's great in everything she's in. She brings a fresh air to
yes.
She's in,
so they go down the road and they come across another house.
They go down the Witch's Road. Well, Witch's Road.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing that every single time. Who was it? I keep forgetting all their names. Alice is like, no, I'm done. I'm going to walk away.
It doesn't matter if you say the name, because you said Alice, and I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? Oh wait, it's the mom, the one who has the mum,
the protector witch.
Yep.
She doesn't want to go on the next trial, but the road won't let them leave. So they walk into their house, which suddenly becomes a 1970s recording studio. I guess is the best term for it. Everybody gets 1970s hippie-esque clothing, as if everybody's in Fleetwood Mac or in that. What was that show last year? The Rosie Jones and the Six, I think it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
Rosie Jones in the Six, but yes,
Something Jones and the Daisy Jones and the Six.
Daisy Jones in the Six. Yeah.
I
I like how you're like it could just be like late 60s, early 70s.
could have just
time
left
period,
it at
but you're
Fleetwood
like,
Mac.
oh,
Yeah.
it's like Fleetwood Mac or
Or
that a lot of
something
people didn't
relevant,
watch.
something
Yeah.
recent.
Yeah.
So yeah, they just walk around the studio. They're like, "Oh, what's the next trial?"
Yeah. I don't remember.
And
what
then they get
happened in here.
attacked.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you know how we're gonna stop us getting attacked all the time? We're gonna sing the song."
No. Hold on. Even you're doing a bad job. They get attacked by a
They
spirit.
get attacked by Alice's curse,
Yeah.
who decides now is the time
Yeah.
on the Witches' Road to start attacking not only Alice but everybody else in the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, they work out that Alice's mum's version of the ballad was done to protect her from the curse because someone would be singing the song all the time, which is a clever conceit. But then they destroy the curse. So her entire plot line is resolved.
Yeah.
In episode 4 of 9.
Yeah. Well, she still wants to know what happened to him. No, she said she knows what happened to her mum. So yeah.
Yeah, her mum died on fire.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, you're right. Yep, it's done. Yep.
It just seems like a weird thing
there's other
to...
characters, you know. Let's move on.
That's true.
I've had enough of her. Whatever her name
It's
is
like...
again.
That was her storyline, you know. So,
Yep.
Unfortunately, at one point, Ting gets thrown through a window, and it turns out he's bleeding quite profusely. And they take him outside. They use their potion bullshit, and they get rid of the wound. Witchcraft, some would say.
Not potion bullshit.
But also potion bullshit.
People do get those terms mixed up quite a lot.
But yeah, you know, Teen's fine. Agatha is quite broken up about Teen being in danger. You know?
She thinks it's her son.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Obviously, she has been of the belief that Teen is her son. And that's why he's got a sigil around him. She even when Teen wakes up, he even asks, you know, what happened to your son? I think at the end of the episode, right? I can't remember if it was the end or
something like that.
At some point.
She doesn't know.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the first time we actually see some sort of, you know, emotion from Agatha, or
I thought the
concern for other people.
Of the sigil was not cool too. Like
the sigil, it can't be destroyed. It gets broken when it's meant to.
Yeah, but also if she cast it, she wouldn't even know.
No, yeah,
that was the other thing. So that was a worthwhile addition, I think, to figuring it
out. We do get, you know, get some fun banter as they all talk about their different scars that they've got around their bodies, around the campfire. Rio implies it very heavily that Agatha and her were in the relationship, calling her scar, which is interesting. They feel like they go away for a moment. It looks like they're going to make out or like kiss, and Rio tells Agatha, that Teen isn't her son.
Yep.
How do we feel about that?
How does she know? Why does she know? How and why does she know?
Is she true? Is this another misdirect?
Yeah. Do we believe her?
I don't know.
I believe her because I didn't buy into him.
Yeah, you didn't buy into it, so why would you believe? Why wouldn't you believe her?
No.
It's hard to tell because also you've got to factor in that these Marvel shows have not been the smartest so far. So they could just be a double. They think this is a fun misdirect. You know, we'll say he isn't the character that he actually is. You know, that'll be clever. But yeah, were there any other breadcrumbs throughout this episode that particularly caught your interest? There wasn't a lot. It just kind of felt like,
no, I'm gonna be honest. No.
A man did, like a fire. Like we need them to do something this episode. It just kind of they had certain things they needed to do. They need to bring Aubrey Plaza into this episode.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to get Alice's story done and explain this curse thing, and they want to drop the idea that Teen is not Agatha's son.
Yep.
And they nailed all of it.
I guess.
It was fine.
Nailed it's the term, yeah.
They succeeded in doing those things.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's not a lot super memorable other than, some of the costumes were quite nice and that kind of stuff. They got the 70s aesthetic right.
Daisy and there was a show called Daisy and the Six.
Daisy Jones and the Six, I believe. Yeah. They probably just borrowed some stuff from that.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some cool moments like the fucking record going backwards.
Someone uploaded a video playing it forward and doesn't play the song. The tempo's way off, but it is the song played in
reverse. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just having Aubrey Plaza, I guess, part of the group, it's great. Her with the demon voice, her and Agatha in the recording booth.
Yeah, that's fun,
where Agatha's trying to bait her into saying stuff.
I would never do that.
This is my new coven. I'm a changed witch.
Yeah.
There's some pretty good line readings in this episode, so I will say that at the least. But yeah.
That's about it.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought of this week's episode of Agatha All Along by going to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter or jump to Discord at explosionnetwork.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here at All New Marvcast, leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser. Leave us 5 stars and leave 5 stars or just tell people about the show. And if you've enjoyed this episode, thought it was worth $1, head on over to our Ko-fi page at explosionnetwork.com/support. So we're not sure what we're going to be doing for the next episode. We might just do a double up because we're going to be away next week. So make sure you watch the next episodes of Agatha All Along and join us next time for another All New Marvcast.